Emancipation was a whole lot of music. Let's condense it a bit. Welcome back, friends. It's Prince's Friend. And today, I'm going to do a fun exercise, and I'm gonna bring you along with me. One of the biggest complaints that I've heard about Emancipation is that it was too much music. Of course, I've already explained the way that I kind of went through it was I split it up and just treated it like it was 3 different albums, but not everybody can do that. Some people are just way too intimidated by all this music. But one thing that I thought would be fun to do would be to see what a one-disc Emancipation might look like. If you want to stay in the loop, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you are notified directly whenever we put out a new video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of the songs on Emancipation and we're going to condense it into one disc. I'm going to give myself a few limitations. I'm not going to stick to the has to be 60 minutes exactly, but I am going to say it has to be 12 songs. Because I actually went and I looked at a bunch of Prince's albums and, you know, the early ones had like 8, 9, 10 tracks on it, but even as we got further into his career, most albums capped out at about 12. And if there were more than 12 songs, Prince put those on another album. He would just release multiple albums. So 12 songs at most. So what I've decided to do is, because I think that disc 1, 2, and 3 of Emancipation are all pretty much masterpieces, I think that they need to be equally represented, at least at first. So I'm going to go through each of the discs and I'm going to cut half the songs. This is the round 1 of cuts. So, for disc 1, we have Jam of the Year, Right Back Here in My Arms, Somebody, Get Your Groove On, Courtin' Time, Betcha by Golly Wow, We Gets Up, White Mansion, Damned If I Do, I Can't Make You Love Me, Mr. Happy, and In This Bed I Scream. So right away, as far as I'm concerned, the album has to start with Jam of the Year. That's definitely gonna probably make it to the end, so Jam of the Year, definitely. I'm also a huge fan of In This Bed I Scream, so let's throw that on the list. I don't think that both covers are going to make it off of here, so if I had to choose one of them, I'm going to choose Betcha by Golly Wow. We'll get rid of I Can't Make You Love Me. Mr. Happy's a good song, but we can strike that one. Somebody, and Get Your Groove On have to stay. So let's knock off Right Back Here in My Arms. Let's knock off Courtin' Time, even though I like that song. White Mansion, okay, let's strike White Mansion. That leaves us with We Gets Up and Damned If I Do. I'm gonna keep We Gets Up, so let's get rid of Damned If I Do. Bam! Already 6 gone. This is not that easy. Alright, so with disc 2, we have Sex in the Summer, One Kiss at a Time, Soul Sanctuary, Email, Curious Child, Dream About You, Joint to Joint, The Holy River, Let's Have a Baby, Savior, The Plan, Friend, Lover, Sister, Mother, Wife. So I'm looking at this list, and this one's a hard one because disc 2 had a lot of really, really good songs on it. I'm gonna say that there's gonna be a few that I'm definitely gonna save. Definitely gonna save Joint to Joint. That has to go. Holy River has to be on there. Let me just strike a few that maybe aren't like my top favorites, so I'm just gonna get rid of those right away. Let's get rid of Sex in the Summer. Let's get rid of Email. The Plan is on Kama Sutra, so that doesn't have to be on here, so let's strike that one. Okay, so now I'm gonna start pitting them against each other a bit here. If we have One Kiss at a Time and Soul Sanctuary, I think I like Soul Sanctuary better, so let's get rid of One Kiss at a Time. Curious Child versus Dream About You, I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep Dreaming About You. Curious Child's good, but I think Dreaming About You is like a little bit sexier. I think it deserves a spot a little bit more. Then we have Savior versus Friend, Lover, Sister, Mother, Wife, and I think it's gonna be Savior that's gonna stick around. And then that leaves Let's Have a Baby. So, boom, we have our 6 songs there as well. So, the final disc, disc 3, we have Slave, New World, The Human Body, Face Down, La 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 Means I Love You, Style, Sleep Around, Da Da Da, My Computer, One of Us, The Love We Make, and Emancipation. This is probably going to be the hardest of the discs in order to really kind of narrow this down. This is going to be super, super difficult to do this one in round 1. So again, just as the Emancipation has to start with Jam of the Year, it has to end with Emancipation. So Emancipation has to be on the list. Definitely The Love We Make has to also go. So the last 2 tracks, they're definitely staying. Let me start knocking off some of the ones that I think maybe aren't as strong. We're definitely going to knock off La 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 Means I Love You. Great song, but I don't think it stands up against all the others. Sleep Around, let's take that one off. That one's a little bit on the long side. Da Da Da, we can take that one off. Probably My Computer as well. Let's go ahead and knock that off. So we just got rid of a ton. I think we're going to definitely keep Slave. And then if I had to choose, say, between New World and The Human Body, let's go with New World. New World, I think, is better just because it's a little bit less of an instrumental. Human Body has a little bit of vocals at the beginning and then just becomes kind of an instrumental dance track. But I think that there's a little bit more meat to New World, so let's stick with New World. So we have Slave, New World, Face Down has to stay. And that just leaves 2 songs. That leaves Style and One of Us. And I think I gotta go with Style. Style's such a good song. So, it's hard to get rid of One of Us. But, all right. But I made my mind. Style. Okay, so we got Style. Now we've gone from 36 tracks to 18 tracks. So this is the tough part now because we have to take 18 songs and whittle it down to 12. Now we have these 18 songs, and now we have to try and figure out how we're going to keep, how are we going to decide which ones go? I don't know. So let's whittle this down. Jam of the Year has to stay. Emancipation has to stay. They're automatically part of this album because they're the perfect starter, the perfect closer, has to be a thing. Bam. Done. Okay, so that's 2 down. Betcha by Golly Wow, I think is the only cover that ended up making this list, which is weird. I actually really love the covers, but it's the only one that made the list, so I think that one has to be on here because Emancipation was a big deal with covers. Let's go ahead and let's keep one of the covers on. Betcha by Golly Wow has to be on here. Quickly, I have also made the decision that Joint to Joint and The Holy River have to be on here just because they're 2 of my all-time favorite Prince tracks. So this is all very subjective. Your list will probably be very different. The Love We Make is also, I think, too awesome to let go. So that one has to stay. Savior is probably one of the most powerful love songs that Prince ever made, I think other than Betcha by Golly Wow, so that one is definitely going to stay. But Somebody Somebody was such a great hit for him as well. I'm gonna definitely put on Somebody Somebody as well. Face Down has to be on there. It's a necessity. And I think Style's probably one of the coolest Prince songs ever, so let's put that on there. Whew. Oh, man. So Let's Have a Baby is probably the most beautiful and heartfelt song. So I have to put that one on there. And then let's say Get Your Groove On, because I think we need a little bit more dance on there, and that's one of my favorite dance tracks. So let's throw that on there. I'm going to jumble them around a little bit, but this is kind of what I'm looking at for a final album. We would start with Jam of the Year, go into Somebody Somebody, Let's Have a Baby, then Betcha by Golly Wow, Style, Get Your Groove On, Savior, Face Down, Joint to Joint, The Holy River, The Love We Make, Emancipation. Now, it's not really following any kind of storyline here. This is just, I think, a good progression of how these songs could kind of go together. So that's what we end up with, one final album. There was really just 2 rounds. It was the first round to knock it in half, and then we had to knock off 6 more. But we're going to cheat a little bit here, because I'm going to say that since there are 6 leftover songs, let's assume that we have 2 singles. Somebody Somebody and The Holy River were the 2 singles. So let's say that each of them is going to get 2 songs to be B-sides. I think that's fair. So our leftover songs are We Gets Up, In This Bed I Scream, Soul Sanctuary, Dreaming About You, Slave, and New World. So for Somebody Somebody, I think that one is a little bit melancholy. So let's give it some more upbeat B-sides. Let's put on, oh gosh, from our list, let's put on We Gets Up and Slave. I think will go really well with Somebody Somebody. And then for Holy River, I think that we're going to keep it with the love theme here. So we're going to put Dreamin' About You, but to also spice it up, we're going to put In This Bed I Scream. And I think those three songs together, the Holy River, Dream About You, In This Bed I Scream, I think those ones will go really, really well together. So in the end, from our initial cut in half, that means that we have to lose New World, which is a great song, and Soul Sanctuary, which again is also pretty wonderful. Such losses will never be recovered from, but we'll have to make do. But I do think that this final list and the two singles with two B-sides apiece, I think that's pretty damn strong. I think that this was a fun little video, a little exercise for us to do, but I really want to know what you guys thought of this video. Did you end up with a different final album from mine? Let me know down in the comments. And if you were to release these same two songs as B-sides, what would you put as their B-sides? I may do more videos like this if you guys really like this one. This was really fun, but definitely if you liked it, don't forget to hit like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to check us out on Patreon to support the channel directly, patreon.com/princessfriend, that's where you go, and as always, may live to see the dawn. Thank you very much. I can't wait to see what you guys ended up with.